Welcome to Your World Within Daily. I'm Eddie Pinero. In this episode, we're going to talk about action compounding over time and how patience, consistency, and sustained self-belief are how we create change. So Bill Gates has a saying. He says, people tend to overestimate what they can do in 1 year, but underestimate what we can do in 10. Why? Because we want validation, right? We're results oriented. And sometimes we forget how long of a process success is, how much of a journey it is. And, that's something that comes from not hitting the ball out of the park once and having the world sort of unfold around you. But it's consistent small steps in the right direction. I just finished reading The Compound Effect by Darren, and his whole thesis is around this type of thing, where it's, getting what you want, essentially creating change, right? Because a goal is change in some way, is not, the miraculous. It's simply doing the little things right and continuing to do them and watching them compound over time, like the little domino that can knock over a domino a little bit bigger than that one and a little bit bigger than that one. And then, 32, I forget how many variations out, you have a domino that can knock over the moon, right? Or touch the moon from Earth. Like it's about little things compounding over time. And he gives an example that I'll really simplify, but I think it's helpful. So you have two people, let's say. One of them has a beer and an appetizer before dinner every day. Not a big deal on the surface, right? Works hard, come home, wants a beer, give the guy a beer or the girl a beer, whatever it is. 300 pounds a day, not pounds, calories, 300 calories a day. You take those calories, times it by 7, times it by 52 weeks in a year, times it by 10 years. It's a lot of calories. Okay, over time, that simple decision becomes a lot more than it is in the moment. Now, on the other end, you have someone that, let's say, cuts 200 calories a day. Maybe they come home from work and they have a cookie. And they say, you know what, I'm done. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save those calories. Well, that's, thousands of calories in the other direction saved. So the net between the two is monumental. And the important thing is, he says, look, after 6 months, can't see anything. After a year, can't see a difference. Sometimes 15, 17, 18 months, you can't tell, but eventually you see, right? Eventually you get that hockey puck curve where it becomes way more visible, it becomes obvious, and you look back at how it happened, how it materialized, and it was little decisions done continuously, right? Simply not stopping. Yesterday I was running, it was like 90 degrees out, and I feel like every time I have a bad run, I get on here to talk about it. I learned from those things, but it was just brutal coming back. And I was really comforted by the fact that all I had to do was not stop, right? I mean, truly, that's what I was telling myself. It's like right now, you don't need to break a land speed record. You don't need to sprint as fast as you can. This is not about a personal best. This is about just putting one foot in front of the other. And who can't do that? Anyone can simply not stop. And it carried me through. And I think that applies to a lot of our pursuits. It's about identifying good things and just pushing forward, believing in it. Right? Especially when we're, again, results oriented. We want to see that we're changing. We want to see that our exhausted energy is bringing in something, right? But that's delayed gratification. You got to look in the mirror and believe that if you continue forward, you'll get what you want. You'll make it happen. And so that's the point for today. Putting foundations under our goals, right? That's what brings the ideal to life. Foundations of consistency, of work ethic, of self-belief, continued effort, So I hope you got some value from this episode. If you did, please subscribe, rate, and review. Helps me get this podcast out to the world, and that is my goal. So thank you for that, and we'll catch you tomorrow.